Hello Class 4. I'm really pleased to be with you today. I'm hoping to be able to teach you a little bit of art today, and I hope you really enjoy it. There are some tricky parts to it, but just bear with me as I try to explain what we're going to do. The first thing we're going to do, it actually goes with your topic, with the environment. We're going to draw a tree, but we're going to spend a little bit of time with drawing the tree as well, because it's not just something you can do really, really quickly. So I'm just going to take you through that first. This is one I've already done. I want you to show you, when you draw a tree, when you start from the bottom, what happens is that with a tree, it goes thicker at the bottom. It starts off thicker and it goes thinner as you go up. So the branches that come off the main trunk are actually thinner than the trunk here. And as you can see, as the branches keep going further and further away from the trunk, they get thinner until the branches right at the end are quite thin. So if you keep that in mind when you do your tree, that'd be fantastic. And just like I said to the people in the Sketching and Drawing Club, a tree is never a straight trunk. Well, sometimes they are, but very rarely they are. They usually have quite a curved, quite bumpy exterior. So we're going to bear that in mind as well when we're going to do our tree. Okay, here we go. I've actually outlined mine already a little bit, just so it doesn't take too long. So I'm going to draw my tree. I'm going to start fairly near the bottom, not too near the bottom. You don't have to do it directly on the bottom. And I'm going to start. Once again, I'm trying to remember not to actually do straight lines. I'm trying to can you see what I'm doing? They're not straight. They've got a little bit of notches and things like that, what you get in trees. So we're going to come out of the tree like that. And again, come back out again. So what you've got now is like a V shape, right? And in the middle, we're going to create that V shape by joining it here, and we're going to start to go up this way. And we're going to keep going. We're going to leave some gaps because that's where other branches come off. And you could decide what gaps you want to leave yourself as well. Remember, you're getting thinner and thinner as the branches come away. So leaving gaps. No tree is exactly the same as each other. It's a bit like our fingerprints. So every tree is very different. So it doesn't matter if yours is really different to mine actually, because it makes it your own. And that would be really important. I think I might go this way now. I just keep branching out all the time, literally, don't I? I got all the way up here this time. You might just take a look at it from a different angle actually, and just see how it's growing. And you can maybe just keep changing it as you draw it. Okay. We're going to do that really carefully. Try not to go too fast, because the more time you take, the more spectacular your tree will look. Just keep, every now and again, look at it again from a distance and just see if you're happy with your tree. If you're using a pencil, you can always rub it out. But if you're using a pen, obviously it's more difficult. Perhaps you want to use a pencil first. Make sure you're happy with your tree and then use a pen afterwards, okay? That's what I would do. That's what I've done here actually. I've changed it a little bit each time because I just want to create a little bit like a, can't explain what I'm trying to do actually, but a thinning effect at the end. That's me nearly actually finished this tree now. I'm just going to take a look at it. Am I happy with it? Well, not too bad. It's not too bad actually. I think I'm fairly happy. Maybe there's going to be some more little ones coming off here. Little branches coming off there. So one large branch actually has a lot of other smaller branches coming off. And that's generally how they grow. A tree grows from here and it gets thinner and thinner and it branches out in different directions. I hope you can see what I mean there. When I've done that, I'm going to colour that in. Now I'm using black. It's entirely up to you. I really like black actually when I'm working with trees, because what you do on top then, it just shows really nicely against the black. It's a really good contrast. Be really careful when you're doing your colouring in, because it really does matter about the overall effect if you take your time. It does start to take shape. And you can see from this other one I've done, that's one that I finished colouring in black. And what we're going to do now, we're going to put some blossom on our tree, just to make it a little bit different. So I'm going to take it off of here. I'm going to use something to protect the table. So I don't need my pen anymore. And what I'm going to use is white and red paint. And you know yourself, if you mix red and white, you get pink. But what I want you to do actually is just don't mix it all together. I want you to use a variety of pink, darker pinks, light pinks. Use the paints to mix it, but not completely. So what I've done here, can you see I've got quite a swirly effects going on here. So I've used red. I've got some what they call cotton buds here actually, because they are really easy to work with. You can use a brush if you want to, but I really like cotton buds, and I'll show you why I'm going to use them. We need our white as well. Alright, I'm not going to use, these are got too much paint on now, so I'm going to use a fresh cotton bud. And I'm going to mix the white. Can you see what I've done? There's a little bit of white, a little bit of red. It's not completely mixed, it's quite swirly. And on the ends of the branches, let me get my clipboard so you can see them. I'm going to dab. So you don't want to use strokes now, you're just dabbing with your cotton wool blood. Get different shades of red and pink. Even little bits of white, because you'll get the pink coming through as well. Now I'm doing it really quickly just so you can see the overall effect. But I want you to take your time, I want you to really think about the colours that you're using. Now I am just going to stick to the outer branches as well. I might do a little bit further inside, but it looks really nice if you concentrate on the outside of the tree, maybe just going in slightly. Okay. Again, don't you go fast like I am, just take your time. Very much like a spring tree actually, isn't it? I keep dabbing different colour of pink and white and red on here, just to get a real feel for the different kind of shades that you can use. I might go back and put a little bit more red, darker red there or there as well. So you can keep looking back at what you've done, what you've already painted. If you mix the paint up too much, you don't get this effect. I hope you really like what you can see actually, because it's not that difficult to produce blossom on a tree with this using this method, but it is about taking care. It is about choosing your shades. I'm not going to go too far in because there are no, it's usually the end of the branches that produces the blossom on a tree. So you probably won't find it here, for example, because the blossom tree won't grow on a trunk, and it probably won't grow here unless you've got some little branches coming out. So think about where your blossom would grow. And there we have it. It's our lovely cherry blossom tree. Have fun drawing. I would absolutely love to see the results of your paintings. Have fun, Class 4. Bye.